By Bruce Holmes, Henry County Commissioner for District 5.
When I was initially elected, we were experiencing a lot of sprawl. A lot of businesses were leaving the area. But we also were experiencing a lot of congestion off of West Panola Road and Fairview Road. One of the first meetings I had was with Rocky, and it was about the Fairview Splosh 3 project. And initially, I was told that we didn't have the money to start the Fairview Road project. So I sat down with Rocky so we can totally look at the project. Initially, it was just a freeway going through the Fairview area. I wanted to change that and make it more pedestrian friendly. And I think we had $13 million, Rocky, at the time. And so we had to create a way to move the Fairview Road project forward with the $13 million budget. So basically we sat down, we met, we discussed adding 8-foot multi-use trails, we discussed adding new lamp posts, street signage, beautification along Fairview Road, and we shortened the distance. I think initially we were looking at going past Thurman Road, so we shortened the distance to help it fit into the budget just past Home Depot, and everything worked out well, and the project looks absolutely beautiful right now.
Great, and it really does. I've seen it. And so Rocky, let's break this down a little bit and start with the first big project, which was the relocation of West Panola Road. Is that right?
That's correct, and that's one of the projects that the commissioner wanted to see first to start something in the district. But this project, the West Panola relocation, actually was not part of Splosh, but talking to DOT, there were some funds through Capital DOT, and we were able to go ahead and expedite this project. Splosh managed the project. We did the design, did the right-of-way relocation, the right-of-way, and also the construction. We started around fall of 2012, and early 2013 it was completed. One of the things that we did, we also looked towards the future. We knew West Panola in the future needed to be a 4-lane, so we designed it for a 4-lane.
Basically, what we wanted to do, since were experiencing sprawl, we wanted to create a destination area. That's the reason why we went out and we recruited companies like Nidus. We worked with Clayton County to widen West Panola Road on their end to I-675, and in the future, in the very near future, we're going to widen West Panola Road to the Clayton County line. That's going to put Fairview closer to I-675. In the future, we're looking at doing some things at Fairview Road and Danville Block to also put us closer to I-75 so we can attract appealing businesses to the area.
And since you've mentioned some of these that are coming in, that really is the goal, to attract these high-end businesses to the area, to reinvent the area a little bit.
We want to attract high-end business. We want to create a destination area. I know I'm not supposed to talk about it until the next segment, but the new park is also something that is going to attract people to the area to spend money at businesses, so we won't experience the sprawl that we experienced a number of years ago.
Right, absolutely. Well, so Rocky, let me switch to another project. It's the 138 landscaping project. And I know that has been completed, or is it?
It has been completed, but we have, being that we have such a cold winter,
yes,
we did experience some trees that didn't make it. We're going to be replanting them in the fall. If we plant them right now, it's so hot, they're going to survive. So we're going to be doing the same thing again in the fall. So we talked to the company who did the work, and they're going to come back in the fall to replant those. We've been using county forces to do the maintenance. I know we had some issues with the weed control. So I think this was our first project that the Splosh and the county has done for landscaping. So I think we learned how to move forward for future projects. And one of the projects that we're going to be doing a lot of landscaping, like Commissioner mentioned, is the Fairview Widening. So that's going to be coming probably around spring of next year. You'll see a lot of plants going on up in that area.
We border Clayton County in so many different areas, specifically in District 5. We have to work together in order to improve our business corridors. We can't have Clayton County looking immaculate and then we're looking terrible. So we're working together. You're just not going to see improvements in Fairview and Lake Spivey, you'll also see those same improvements in the neighboring counties as well because we're working together as a team.
Great, and the beautification is so important to attract business and shoppers and consumers, definitely. So I know we touched on it for a minute, but let's talk a little bit about the Fairview Road Widening project. Can you tell me, this has been a very important, and this is ongoing, is that right? And this is, tell me a little bit from your perspective why that was so important.
Well, it was important because, again, I talked about the sprawl, I talked about the traffic. Fairview Road was starting to look run down, so with all the beautiful homes in that area and the demographics in that area, those citizens in that area need to have an appealing business corridor. So that was the main focus. Also, I think by improving the Fairview Road, by making it a walkable community, health and wellness community, which is the goal with all of the medical and retail and restaurants coming into the area, it's going to increase property values, and it's going to make Fairview one of the most desirable areas in the southern corridor.
Okay. At the end of the day, it's probably going to be one of the best looking roads in Henry County because of not only the landscaping, the multi-use path, which is 8 feet wide. Also, we're going to have some lighting, so be more secure also at night. So it's going to be very different. Also, one of the things that we're going to have, all the signals are going to be mast arms. Those kind of like the ones that we have around the Square McDonough. And also we're going to have our crosswalks. They're going to be red pavers, or they're going to look like red pavers. It's actually asphalt, but it's going to be a different color. So pedestrians and actually drivers can see the difference.
There's one project where I'm looking at reallocating, and the project was contingent on if the city of Stockbridge was going to move forward, because they would have to put in some money for the project too. It is the Rock Quarry East Atlanta Road project in Sploss. We put in about $4 million for that project, but it doesn't look like they move forward or they have the revenue to make this happen. So we're probably going to reallocate those funds back up to Fairview Road to create better access for citizens to get to various hospitals in the metro area. Speaking of hospitals, it doesn't look like Piedmont is going to work together to provide services in the with Nidus. So initially part of the idea was to create a corridor for patients to get to Piedmont Henry Hospital for emergency services. 80% out migration, meaning that patients in the northern part of the county go to other hospitals anyway. So right now, to me, it just makes sense, since there's not going to be a relationship with Piedmont Henry, to provide better access on Fairview Roads to hospitals such as Southern Regional, Grady, Hillendale, and Emory Hospital downtown, since they're just as close to the Fairview area as Piedmont Henry.
Commissioner, let me give you the last word on this. Tell me a little bit about citizen feedback as far as all the projects going on and all the improvements.
Citizens' feedback has been absolutely amazing. The emails, the phone calls I get, everybody is excited and everybody can't wait to see what it looks like in the end.
And for this segment, we're going to talk about a big project coming to District 5, which is the Bellamy Brothers Memorial Park. Can you tell us a little bit the backstory of why that's going to be a park and how you came up with that?
Well, if anybody knows where the Bellamy Brothers property is, it's pretty much in the center of the Fairview Business Corridor. And the Nidus development, there are going to be a number of water features on that development. 2 lakes, there'll be some fountains. So basically, nothing says redevelopment or destination like green space. So instead of having the trees, the cut down trees and the bridge machinery and the tractors, I decided that we should just go ahead and put a park in that particular area and beautify, which was going to help beautify the area, because we're creating a health and wellness community. So at the new park, we're going to have lacrosse and soccer fields. There's a deficit in this county for both. And depending on the season, we'll be able to convert from lacrosse to soccer to football. There'll be cookout pavilions for family reunions. There'll be walking trails at the park. And the thing I'm really most excited about is the water feature that's going to be at the park. It's going to be a splash pad. It's not going to look like the splash pad in Hampton. It's going to be more of a beauty feature. However, it's going to have a surface in which kids can run through it. I am looking for a splash pad similar to the one at Centennial Olympic Park. One that's going to just look beautiful as you're driving down Fairview Road. I think there are going to be lights in it, Ron. It's going to be around the same size. If we can put the steps there, if it can just mimic the Centennial Olympic Park splash pad, I think it will bring a lot of value to the business community. With regards to the park, you know, the very nature of talking about the park has already gotten a couple of businesses, McDonald's, to totally do a remodel in anticipation for the park, because the park will be right behind McDonald's. Ingles has remodeled. And then the BP gas station right across the street from the park, they're in the process of remodeling as well. So it's had an economic impact on the area already.
And so there's a lot of great buzz about this park. And this goes back to quality of life issues for all of Henry County, because this is really for all of Henry County.
For all of Henry County. The trails on the park will connect into the trails on Fairview Road. In the future, when we can get Fairview Road all the way down the library, we should have the trail that connects from the library into Panola Mountain State Park. So those trails will connect on the Fairview Road as well. So the vision for the Fairview community in North Henry County is very bright.